So now AI is software. I love this one. Machine learning is the new Excel. Every transaction now requires 100 million lines. Any analysis, credit card information. If I ask somebody to, hey, can you check the tweets from yesterday's Super Bowl, the Oscars, and do an analysis of the major conversations, Excel is not going to be able to handle 150 million rows. So now we get into why machine learning is important to learn. For all new analysts, really have to be at the intersection of business, data science, and programming, which is right now Python and some of these other languages. But the reason why it's important that they be in that cross-section is because even the most basic analyses now require sophisticated data science and programming to generate a lot of these results. You won't always have pre-made packages where you can just show up and say, go in here, check all these tweets and get back to me. Yes, there's social media packages that do that, but then they only answer basic questions about sentiment and social media listening. And just you want to start getting deeper, drill down on different details. The only way to do that is to program a natural language processing algorithm to be able to come up with the results. Authoring systems so that you can do less coding and more thinking are coming, and they're coming fast, but they're not coming fast enough for the folks that are on the front lines right now. You need to learn data science and you need to learn Python, and online there's a million resources for that. We'll put some links to help you do that, at least so you can learn the lingo. I took some Python courses myself, and I don't think I'm ever going to program, but it doesn't matter. I needed to take them so that I could understand the language and the concept and the thinking behind it, and I recommend it. Don't be scared of it. It's actually not that bad. So machine learning is the new Excel. Natural language processing is the new word. And we're going to get into exactly what natural language processing is. It's allowing you to interface with natural language, unstructured data, and to be able to bring it in and structure it. Digital assistants are the new Outlook. So you've all seen the CEO of Google showcasing Duplex, and obviously it's funny to have these robots now calling and scheduling your appointments and sounding like humans. There's a whole sorts of regulatory implications coming down. And in fact, California just passed some laws that you have to disclose that you're a robot, if you're a robot having this conversation, even if you sound human. So basically, digital assistants are the new Outlook. So your Alexa is going to remind you, and your Siris and your Cortanas, and they're really going to keep your agenda and your meetings and your flow for your workday. Now, a cool one that I talk a lot with my students about is augmented reality. I think augmented reality is the new desktop. The reason I think augmented reality is the new desktop is because I think we're going to put on these glasses and we're going to go, I do this thing when I go to conferences. And the other day I got invited to this AI conference. I showed up and I go, in my imaginary glasses, I tap and I go, please eliminate the walls because I'm feeling a little bit constrained. Put rolling forest. So it adjusts my desktop, which is my vision periphery, and it takes out the walls of the auditorium. And I'm looking at all of a sudden beautiful forests, rolling hills and mountains. I decide to add a waterfall. Add a waterfall with a gentle sound of water trickling down. No, too much, less, perfect. So now I got my waterfall to keep me zen and calm. It looks kind of weird to have these rolling hills and everything in the waterfall, and then the ceiling, because I haven't taken the ceiling out, it's still there. Take out ceiling and show me blue skies. No, too much. Less, a little more cloudy. Bring down the blue, perfect. You don't want too much sun. Okay, oh my God, there's some people, I hate green. Take all the green shirts and dresses and shorts and pants and change them to blue. What did I do that? Who knows? But you can't, which is crazy. So I'm hearing the waterfall. There's some birds flying through. There's a gentle breeze. I'm in the middle of these rolling hills. So I'm in this beautiful setting, and now I can finally start my address to the auditorium. It sounds crazy, but it's not really that difficult. You can walk on the street and all of a sudden say, all these billboards, change them for pictures of my kids. I wonder if that's the new pop-up blocker of the future. And also the opposite is true. We're going to get into some situations like that. A lot of my students were saying, well, you know, these Alexa things, they freak me out because they're listening all the time. And I'm like, do you use Gmail? Yeah, all of them raise their hands and they all use Gmail. So if you use Gmail, you don't think they're reading your email, and you don't seem to be worried that, what a coincidence, whatever you're mentioning in your emails actually pops up as advertising. So yeah, they're reading your emails not so that they can do something bad with your information, just so that they can present to you products and services. And nobody pays for Gmail, I mean, almost nobody. And we never question it, you know, but it takes millions and millions of dollars in servers and capacity and bandwidth for you to check your email in 185 countries. countries, and we just take it for granted. But we're getting charged. We're getting charged with advertising, and we're getting charged with the data because we don't get to monetize that data. They do, and they should, because they're providing a service that is free. If they were charging for the service, another story. But for a free service, that's what you're giving up. So the question is, in the future, will we get free connected eyewear and connected ear pods so that we may have to hear and see publicity, but we get it for free? So the weird part is that now, because our desktop is now our field of vision instead of our phone, we don't get a banner in our phone or in our computer. Now we get our banner and projected in the wall of our house. So if there's a white surface, all of a sudden here, you get an ad because you're wearing these connected eyewears that are for free. And it gets crazier and crazier because technically all the IoT devices could be given to you for free in exchange for data generation. So you could get a refrigerator for free from Samsung or LG just because they want their data, and they want the ability to market to you in your own kitchen. You show up in the morning on the kitchen and your refrigerator tells you that you're running low in milk. And by the way, the competitor to the milk that you buy is offering a 2-for-1 promotion. And should I go ahead and order a gallon of milk? And that's going to be very interesting to see how far we go. But privacy is definitely dead. And I hope you're not one of those people that complain about banners popping up in your Gmail, because if you do, you're in for a whole lot of pain in the future. Let me tell you, this is a good one. Chatbots. Chatbots are the new browser. So the new way you interface with the web. And it makes sense because now you're talking, you don't have to Google it, you just have to Alexa it, or you have Alexa Google it. Or it's going to be interesting what we use as the terminology going forward. But definitely, because voice is 7 times faster than text, that's how we're going to be interfacing with the web. And thank God, because when I have WhatsApp on my phone, having a conversation with somebody and I'm dictating to my phone, and then I see on the other side typing, and I'm literally waiting and waiting. So I know that they're typing by hand, and I'm like, come on, there's an algorithm for that. Please don't type on your phone anymore. Dictate. We're going to get deeper into chatbots, but chatbots are going to be tied to sales funnels very directly. They're going to revolutionize marketing, media. There are going to be a lot of implications for chatbots. Chatbots are something very, very interesting, very cool. Also, a lot of regulatory around deep fakes, the synthetic voices. There's a whole new world that comes with the ability to do a chatbot. But, obviously everybody's excited to be able to interact with Einstein and, talk to Darth Vader. Those types of things are going to be possible now with chatbots. And I think that's the whole point.